bringing a pillow for me. No, nice. It's nap time. Well, Sandra Marquardt, Naturepedic. But, you know, the award today is for Naturepedic, but also for Barry Cik and his incredible leadership. You know, we met Barry a number of years ago, you know, when he loves to tell the story of, you know, living in Ohio and looking at the fires, you know, that took place, you know, on the lakes up there, right? And then, but the most poignant story of all is that he was just a grandfather who sort of went into a store looking for a mattress for his grandchild and said, as a scientist himself, an environmental scientist, said, could I have one without toxic chemicals? And there wasn't any. So instead of bemoaning that, he went out and formed Naturepedic, you know? But since that wasn't enough, you know, he went on and started to produce other products.
What am I supposed to say
right?
after this?
And just to say, but because that wasn't enough, he also understood, as the reason for ASBC being formed was that they needed to speak out. So Barry and Naturepedic have been with us for years now, speaking out on chemical policy. They were one of the business leaders that helped us to get the reform of the Toxic Substance Control Act. They joined us in New York State, you know, at the county level, at the state level, pushing for legislation to get toxic chemicals out of children's products in states across the country. So, you know, this award goes to the company and all the people and Barry that have sort of stood up to actually create a business solution, but also to lift their voice, because that business voice has made a difference in turning the conversation around where you don't have to choose between what's good for business and what's good for the health of children and families. So congratulations to Naturepedic and to Sandra. Thank you.
I have absolutely no clue how I'm going to top that. I'll start by putting the pillow away. Yes. So hi, I'm sorry I'm not Barry. I'm not 6'2" and male, but I will try to do my best. We are very, very honored to receive this award. We are huge supporters of all that ASBC does across the board. Listening to all the topics that you've been discussing this morning, we focus mostly on organic bed products, and you're addressing everything around the globe. It's really fabulous, from labor to environment to just business being a force for good. So thank you again for that. I did want to give you a little bit of background about Naturepedic. It's true that 14 years ago, Barry was trying to figure out how to bring his grandson home, even from the hospital. You work so hard. You're in this case, his daughter was eating all his organic food, and then you're supposed to put the child right into a toxic mattress, a baby mattress. So they went home and they started making the organic baby mattresses until the parents came along and said, I want one too. So then that expanded into into adult mattresses, and then into making the sheets, the pillows, everything, but always going for the strictest standard. And when there wasn't a strict standard, Barry helped create it. And then he took it even further. So it is incredible to work with a company like this. And so leaders out there, know that your staff loves working with you if you have these high goals and lofty goals, because that's what they want. That's where they get their energy from. So what's been very exciting to work with Barry about is that he took, instead of using toxic polyurethane, he creates these beautiful beds. You can see that right out here by the food line. Incredible beds that are super plush and comfortable, but they're only made with organically grown cotton, organically grown wool, organically grown kapok, organically grown latex, which is a rubber tree, from the rubber tree. And then not even just stopping there and adding formaldehyde or whatever people want to add on, but to actually then get certified to the Global Organic Textile Standard, which addresses all of the post-harvest stages. So again, not just stopping halfway, but going the further way, getting then certified to the Global Organic Latex Standard, always pushing, always going. And it's really been through organizations like yours that he then is able to take his voice to Capitol Hill And so I'm sorry again that he cannot be here, but I will be there in voice tomorrow if you don't mind. I'll pretend I'm 6'2".
We are thrilled.
Okay.
Even better than Barry. He'll understand. But no, I think the thing that we've learned is that, when this really works, it's about the leadership of everyone in the company that makes it happen. And so it's even a greater pleasure to actually have you here in leadership as well. Not, as we understand, and particularly to have your voice here. So thank you, and congratulations
very much.
again to Naturepedic.
Thank you.
Join.
That's all that? We can rest this on the floor.
Oh, send me around. There it is. Starry, starry night.
Thank you. That was really, really fun. Thank you. Thank you.